The northwest coast of Tasmania is renowned for its classic cars. Today we're at the Ulverstone Car Show, hosted by the Forth Valley Lions Club. I tell you what, there's some fantastic cars here today. Ed Gaskett is under the bonnet now, fixing this one. How you going with it, Ed? Not too bad. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and stick around. We're going to have a one-on-one with a few car enthusiasts here, and who knows, maybe you might see your car. Julian's got the ultimate muscle car here today, and boys' toy, by the way.
Boys' toy, yeah.
SLR 5000. How long have you had this, mate?
Be 5 years now, but then of course there was a 3-year build time.
Yeah, you were telling me about a 3-year build, and
yeah.
you didn't realise how popular they were going to be.
No.
After you've done it.
No, I mean, as a young guy, everybody wanted an SLR 5000 or
yeah.
9X, and I mean, in this last 3 or 4 years,
yeah.
the prices have just gone through the roof.
Yeah, and nothing else to do but stay in the shed and work on your car, by the
yeah.
way, because you couldn't go anywhere.
No, well, I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of hours work in that car before.
Yeah. And you can see that too. It's
yeah.
a beautiful looking car.
Yeah.
I saw you drive in.
Yeah,
it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And I looked at you driving, I thought, that guy's just so enjoying his car right now.
Yeah, well, you do, and I mean, yeah, obviously it's a nice day too. So
yeah. But aren't they tough looking? I mean, they've just got a really good stance.
Oh, yeah.
I love the bolt-ons, you know, I love the bolt-ons on them. The drop tank out the back.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves the look of them, but I mean, at the end of the day,
yeah,
they're a horrible thing to drive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Like the whole HQs, you know, used to try and go around the corner, mate, and they'd drive into the wall.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no power steering on this one.
No,
I mean,
no.
Yeah, so you need decent arms. But
engine-wise in this thing, mate, we'll get into the car.
Yep.
Have you done, you know, fully blown the engine or anything like
that?
No,
it's a 308. It's got a small cam.
Yeah.
And it is 30 thou up on standard.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it sounded a bit lumpy coming in.
Yeah, well, and it's got work on the inlet down.
Yeah.
It's 5-speed super Toyota gearbox.
Right, yes, yeah.
And 9-inch Ford diff.
Yeah.
31 spline axles. I just wanted a nice cruisy car that sounded okay. And
well, nice is the word. It's a credit to you, this car, mate. You've done a very good job of it.
No.
It's probably one of the better ones that I've seen.
No,
so I just had to talk to you about it. And thanks for bringing it along and letting everyone have a look at it.
No, thank you very much.
No
All
worries.
right, take care.
We've got Shane and Goose here in front of this immaculate two-door Falcon. Shane, it's yours. How long have you had it for, mate?
5 or 6 years now.
What made you get one of these?
I had one 35 years ago and sold it because, you know, no seat belts, young family.
Yeah.
I was always worried if I broke a front windscreen you couldn't buy them back then, but it's different these days. So.
Do you find it easy to get parts for them now?
Yeah. And a lot of Mustang stuff fits it too, so, you know, suspension wise. And actually, my first one was velvet green, and this was originally velvet green.
Okay.
Before it was restored, it's been sandblasted. And
it's a really good job. It's, I've seen it at a couple of car shows, and it really stands out a mile. And this look here is one of what I call the tough looks. Goose, do you like it, mate?
I love it.
Yeah?
I mean, I've got the HR here, but I love going for a ride with Shane and his.
So what engine's in this one?
It's a 302 with 289 heads.
Yeah.
It's got stainless exhaust all through it, stainless brake lines, fuel line, ceramic coated headers, Edelbrock carb.
Yep.
And a little bit of a cam, but not
credit to you, mate. It's a great car. One of my top 10s, I'd say, the ones that I've been looking at around the state.
Oh, thank you.
So thanks a lot for bringing it along to the car show today, mate.
No worries, good to meet you.
This is Ron. They call him Disco because he used to play at all the discotheques, he used to play in a country music band and everything. So with that, you had a lot of gear. So you bought a hearse. How did you acquire this, mate?
Guy next door neighbour come home and said there was one out at the car yard. He told me it was an ex-hearse.
Wow.
The first thing my wife said, "You're not getting it."
And the worst part about it, it was the local hearse too, wasn't it?
Originally it was a specially built one by Ford.
Yeah.
For Murphy funerals.
No wonder your wife said, "There's no way I'm driving around in a hearse."
Yes. My old one was on the last end. It was smoking and whatever. So, and I went out and had a look at it anyway.
Yeah.
And it turned out it was a 4-door. Okay. So, by a 4-door, I bought it. If it had been a 2-door, I wouldn't have bothered.
No good for the family.
No. When I first brought it, it had 68,000 on it.
Wow.
I bought it for 4,000.
So how many Ks has it got on it now?
163.
Oh, geez, well, you haven't driven it much.
It's only just running.
It is, isn't it? Eh?
Yeah. There's only one like this in Australia.
Okay.
There isn't
Very rare.
Nothing like it anywhere else. Underneath the bonnet, the original colour was white.
Okay, yeah.
Right, and it still is. It hasn't been touched underneath.
Yeah. And you got it sprayed purple.
And I had it done purple by a good friend of mine that done it for me.
Yeah, good colour, yeah.
And the only thing I don't like about the colour, it's a Holden colour.
I
put a Holden colour on
Sacrilege.
a Ford.
Ron, we've had a great chat before we went on air today. I love the story behind disco because I'm an old DJ myself, so it's great to meet a fellow disco guy, mate.
No worries at all.
So I have the chief organisers here of the Ulverstone Motor Show. What a great day it's been. Are you happy with today?
We're extremely happy, yeah.
Yeah?
It's better than expectation.
One of the biggest ones you've had?
Yes.
Probably the biggest we've had, yes.
I love how the Lions Club always get involved in car shows and
This
everything.
is nominated to the Flying Doctors.
To the Flying Doctors,
Yes.
which is good. And how important is that?
Yes.
It is really important.
And after COVID, this is what we need.
Thank you so much for putting it on.
Over 250 cars.
That's pretty good.
Oh, it'd be 300 now.
Yeah, that's good, and counting.
Yeah.
Must be a day for tough cars here today at the Ulverstone Car Show. I've got Ian, he's got a tough car. It's a Ute, XW, what year is that?
Ute, 69 plated, but 70 would be.
Beautiful looking car, mate, great paint job. Was it like this when you got it? Or?
Yeah, bought it like it is,
Yeah.
done up, yep, local guy, well, Westbury,
Yeah.
Just Central Coast there, he done all the work, done it up.
So the engine itself, is that actually modified or anything? Or?
No, all standard.
Awesome.
Set up for unleaded fuel,
Yeah.
obviously, but the rest of it's standard, just standard built, nice and easy to drive.
I just like the colour combination with the gold
Yep.
and the because of course we lost a bit of that gold look, didn't we?
Yeah,
When
we
all
have.
everything had to be chrome, but to
Yep.
bring back, and I think the returning of the Simmons, everyone liked the Simmons
Oh yeah,
wheels.
they're on everything nowadays.
They are. It was funny because you didn't see them on any car whatsoever.
No.
And then all of a sudden they just come back.
Yep.
Pinstriping looks great. I noticed
Yep.
the overrider bumpers aren't on there at the moment.
They're in getting chromed.
Right, okay.
Didn't have the bumperettes on it when I bought it,
Yeah.
but sourced the set.
I noticed it's got that awesome fuel cap on the side there. Those
Yep.
they're a really tough looking fuel cap that everyone used to flog back there in the 70s and 80s.
Yes, they did. Yeah, that's the GT cap, and they still get stolen now. There was
You did.
a guy in Stanley, well, 6-8 months ago, whatever it was, before winter,
Yeah.
at a car show, and he's got stolen, and that was a genuine one, on a genuine
At a car
GT,
show?
At a car show. So that was a bit disheartening.
Why do people do that?
I have no idea.
I mean, like, people bring their pride and joys. First of all, they're scared they're going to get scratched down,
Yes, yep.
but also they're bringing it for other people to look and their
Yep.
pleasure of looking and
Yep.
viewing or whatever.
Yep.
And to do something as low as that, it's really bad.
It is bad, mate. It hasn't stopped me from coming, you know.
No,
but
no,
anyways,
no.
I do sit near it, as you can see.
Yeah. I don't blame you. But unfortunately, it stops a lot of guys and girls that have got these awesome cars from bringing them out.
From bringing them out,
Because
yeah.
they're worried
Yeah.
about it.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
you know, they're all memories. We just love looking at them going, I remember so-and-so had one of those. He did a handbrake down Abels Hill Road and spun it around about 10 times. It's the
Yep.
memories.
Yes, yep.
The first girl you dated,
Yep.
all that sort of stuff. You
Yes.
know, like, it gobsmacks me when I hear stories like
Yeah,
that.
a lot of money to fix them up, and
Yeah.
a lot of money to keep them
Yeah.
that way, you know. And to have that happen,
Yeah.
I felt sorry for the guy.
Keep an eye on that fuel cap, mate.
I certainly
Thank
will.
you so much for bringing it along today. Really
No worries.
appreciate your time.
Good on you, mate. Thank you.
I dare say this is probably one of the lowest cars. This is Mark, and he's got a Coupe De Ville. What year model, mate?
1960.
1960. How long have you had this for?
I've had it for 13 years. Haven't done a lot to it. It's pretty much as you see it.
Yep.
Put an airbag system on it, then the wheels.
So that's what all the little gauges under the dash are?
That's what they're for, yeah.
Awesome.
They measure the pressure in each badge.
And how do you operate that? Is it only manual? Do you have to climb into the car to do it every time? Or?
There's a touchpad in the car.
Yeah.
You can also run it remotely off a mobile phone. Or
Off a mobile phone with an app?
Yeah, with an app, yeah.
That's crazy, a
Yeah,
1960 vehicle.
Yeah,
My goodness. So originally, when you went to purchase this, how did it come about? You went to a car show or something?
I went to a car show. A good friend was there. I was helping him set up his car.
Yeah.
And Shannon's, I believe, got this guy to bring the car over.
Okay.
To the show at the Silverdome launch. He brought it over and he had it for sale. So I want that car.
So
so did a
you were
number
just
of
about
other
out of work, you were telling me, and rang the wife up and said, I might buy a car.
Yeah, I've just been made redundant, had a bit of spare cash, you might say, so I thought, I'm going to get that car.
What'd she say when you rolled home with that? My goodness.
Very interesting. My friend here, those two guys, we went to Melbourne to pick it up, so we drove it back from a place called Bullingarook, which is out in the back of Victoria, near the National Forest. We drove from there home. I put it in a drive, mate. God, where's that going to go?
Yeah, she would have thought it was something the Kennedys used to drive around.
It didn't fit in my garage. I had to cut some cutouts in my bench to
no.
get the damn thing in. That's not a problem now because I built another shed. But yeah, that was a bit of an issue at the time.
A massive head turn for the show today, mate.
And look, everywhere you stop, you park, they go, what is it?
Yeah.
You know, how long have you had it?
Yeah.
And everybody asks, what's it like on films? Of course,
wouldn't be good. Thank you so much for bringing it along today, mate. Gorgeous looking car.
Thank you.
I might get you to give me a demo of it going up and down if the app works.
Sorry. No, it'll definitely work.
Now, one thing I like about what Stuart's brought along, it's totally original, untouched. It's an EK Wagon, 1962, is it? 1962, beautiful car, mate. You've got two cars here today. Tell us a bit about this. How did you get hold of this vehicle?
This belonged to a neighbour of ours in Geelong. It's funny because he had two sons.
Yeah.
One wasn't interested and the younger son's mate wanted to hot rod it.
And you didn't want anything to do with that, you wanted to keep it original.
Well, he offered it to me,
yeah.
So we got that in 1993. I said to him, what's up, Joe? He says, oh, you wouldn't believe it, I've broken the lens, the indicator lens on the Holden. I said, well, you can get them.
Yeah.
No, they don't have them, I can't get them anywhere.
Yeah,
so
right.
I went into Rare Spares and $15.
Yeah.
And I went over and said, I've got something for you.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty good investment. I didn't want anything for it. I said, no, I want you to put it on the car.
Yeah, okay.
And about 3 years later he came over and said, Stuart, your car's ready. I said, what? Yeah, $3,500.
Wow. Like I said, it's all original. That's what I like about it. I mean, even to the point where the sun visor is still on it. You got the weather shield there, which is starting to decay and start to fall apart. We were talking about you could probably get the 3D printer and make a new one of those. The fact is that you can just pop someone in for a Sunday drive and not worry too much that they're going to damage anything. I mean, we don't want them to damage anything, Stuart, but it's a lot better.
No.
It's a lot better when you just jump in and enjoy. Do you go to many car shows, Stuart?
Most of the local ones around here. I've done Deloraine, Devonport, of course.
Yeah.
This car's won twice at Devonport for the early classics.
So Stuart, thank you so much for bringing along not one but two cars today. We really appreciate you bringing them along for us to view today.
Yep, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to meet you.
No worries. Martin's got a 1972 Mach 1 Mustang. What a beautiful car, mate. How long have you had this?
I've had it almost 4 years, Danny.
Okay. So what's the reason behind purchasing this vehicle?
I smashed my shoulder a bit over 4 years ago, and I thought it'd be nice to have a nice car to drive around, and life's short.
Yeah.
Could have landed on my head.
Yeah.
So I was after a car and a plane. Haven't got the plane just yet.
So why did you go an old classic Mustang versus one of the new ones?
I could have bought a new one for the same price, but I thought I've always loved this shape. Yeah, lucky enough, I looked all over Australia to buy it.
Yeah.
And found it at Sprayton. So,
in Tasmania?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And apparently the guy that you actually bought it off, he bought one of the new ones anyway.
He bought a newer model.
Yeah,
so
right.
2001.
That bonnet looks like the old XA XBs, doesn't it? So there was a reasoning that the old XAs and XBs actually came out like that, didn't they?
That's right. Yeah, so 1971 the hood come about.
Yeah.
On the Mach 1.
They've looked at the Mach 1 and thought we could use the handles off that, the bonnet shape and all that. So, and the fact that it's two-door, it looks like the XAs, XBs, two doors, which are really tough anyway in their own right, aren't they?
That's right.
They are a beautiful car.
When it was born, it went to Europe, so it's 50 years old. Yeah. It went to Europe for approximately 9 years. It came to Australia with a 351, so it didn't have the 302 anymore. So the 302 had all the emission control stuff on it, and the 72 Mustangs underperformed.
Yeah.
So a lot of people reckon that the last good Mustangs was 71.
Oh, a funny little thing you were talking about earlier on was saying that there are actually a fair few of these in Tasmania.
There's 3 in Ulverstone.
Yeah.
So there's a silver one.
Yeah.
A green, ivy green.
Yeah.
And my red.
Yeah.
And there's approximately 11 in Tassie. So.
What about in Australia?
Not sure.
Yeah.
Not sure. You don't see too many.
It's a rare car. Thank you so much, Martin, for bringing it along today and showing the crowd.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I've had so much fun here at the Ulverstone Car Show, and so many questions about this car, like how much does it weigh, how long is it, and what's been done on the back seat. Well, anyway, Mark will probably fill me in about that later on. Hey, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Stick around, there's some great videos coming up I know you're going to love. He's just lowered the damn thing. See ya.